let's learn the difference between machine learning and deep learning. So in part 2, we established that machine learning is the process of using maths and data to create a mathematical system that can automate the process of carrying out human-like tasks. And that enables computers to carry out tasks like humans. Deep learning is machine learning, but it differs from the classic type of machine learning. And I'm going to use the example of an email spam classifier to illustrate how. So in machine learning, the spam system would need an expert to specify the elements of the email it needs to use to make the classification itself. So an expert would need to say, all right, we need to use the count of exclamation marks, for example, in the email, and the count of the use of the word free in the email, for example, and we'll use that to determine whether or not the email is classified as spam. In deep learning, we do not need to do that. We simply feed the emails to the deep learning system, and the deep learning system figures out the relevant elements itself, and then it makes the predictions. So we don't need to tell it exactly what to use to make the predictions. So let's summarize it here. How deep learning differs from machine learning is that, number one, you need a lot more data to teach a deep learning system to make classifications, way more than you would need in a classical machine learning case. And as I said, you don't need to tell it exactly what elements to use to make the classification. It will figure out the patterns that are relevant itself. So once we have taught a deep learning system, or we've trained it, how does it work in practice? So an incoming email would arrive. We would convert the email to a format the deep learning system can use, and then we'll pass it to the system, and it will generate a classification of whether or not it's spam. And that, in summary, is how machine learning and deep learning differ.